besties. I have 7 pages of notes about this episode of Sister Wives. So let's get started right away, because if we don't, we're never going to get through this. So we're talking season 18, episode 7, Throwing in the Towel. To start off, Mary looks good. Oh my gosh, her confessional look is so stinking good. Honestly, she lost the 200 pounds of Cody weight. She looks amazing. And then she tells us it's been a while since she and Robin have chatted. Been a while, like when you were invited to Christmas was the last time you spoke. Because depending on when you and Robin spoke, if it was as long as it took Cody and Janelle to speak, she doesn't have any room to talk about what's going on there. It does feel like Robin is totally leading Mary in this entire conversation. It feels like she's telling her what to do. You know, Mary's saying, I'm going to be here, but I'm moving the clothing business. Are you sure? What do you want to do? And Mary says, I'll come back when I'm needed. That to me says, this is my temporary home. Robin rolled her eyes at one point and it was really, really not great. But it feels like Mary's trying to gently tell her that she's moving her entire life to Parowan, but that she'll be back temporarily as needed to be here with Robin. Robin keeps talking about being unsteady. The only person she's steady with is Mary. She's unsteady with Cody. She's unsteady here. She's unsteady there. The family is unsteady. Honey, the family is unsteady because you and your husband have made things unsteady. You haven't been there. You haven't treated people with the kindness and the love and all of these things that you have allegedly been begging for from them. We have not seen a single time on our TV screens. I'm just going to be honest with you. We have not seen it. It does feel like she's using Mary as her plaything a little bit. She's out here talking about, well, as long as you're going to live here, honey, you don't get to dictate that. The way that you said that is super rude. We cut over to Christine and Janelle going to Salsa Brava. And the thing that I noticed, really huge, about the way that they walked almost in step to Salsa Brava. They were next to each other. You could kind of tell from their body language that they seemed to be having a good time. They were excited to see each other. They were amped. Very, very different from watching Cody and Janelle at Salsa Brava, because obviously Janelle got there first. She was already seated when they brought Cody to her. And it's interesting to note, it did not look like Janelle and Cody were in the private room where Christine and Janelle and Cody and Christine were. It looked like they were kind of out in the open. Janelle says she needs something different. So, not Cody. Are we surprised? She needs to feel the way she wants to feel, and she needs to be treated the way she wants to be treated. And she's not getting that in her relationship with Cody. So when she says that she doesn't want to be married anymore, she says all these different things about Christine is in actual shock. Like, you look at her face, she is slack-jawed in shock that Janelle went to see Nancy, and Nancy said, it's okay to grow and to change. That's wonderful. Then we cut back to Mary, who is doing her very best to justify her decision to move her business to Parowan. You don't have to justify, Mary. We understand. We understand. You don't have to justify in your confessionals to us the choice that you're making. But she says to Robin that she's going to be traveling a lot, which I thought the point of moving the clothing business was not to travel as much, but maybe she's just placating. I'm not 100% sure. It was a little confusing the way she told Robin that she wanted to do this so she wasn't traveling as much, and then she said it's because she'll be traveling a lot. I was kind of confused, I'm not going to lie, but she should have just told Robin that Flagstaff was going to be her temporary home, because that's what it is. Page 2. Robin talks about the family being fixed, wanting the family to be fixed. If you want the family to be fixed, then you need to put the effort in. No one is putting in the effort because no one is interested in having the family the way that it feels like, I'm going to say Cody, but in my heart of hearts, I believe that it's Robin. But nobody wants the family to be set up the way that Cody is asking for it to be set up right now. People are not comfortable with this. They're not happy with it. And then we go to the mini bikes, which I wrote in big letters, not the effing mini bikes, which is not polite, but it is what I wrote. And then Saul and Ari come on and talk about how overbearing they know their mother is. Saul says in his 20s he might be allowed to ride it, and Ari says maybe when she's 19. And then they talk about how they're going to need to beg their mother to let them ride the bikes. Cody says it's going to be a way to teach Saul and Ari how to drive. And then says that they are essentially just buckets of bolts, meaning that Cody feels like his gifts are garbage. Because that's what you would say about something that's kind of garbage. So that's really uncomfortable considering that we know that you didn't get anything for anyone who didn't come to your home for Christmas. And some of these people didn't come to your home because you did not invite them. Savannah. So I also asked the question, why should these children have to beg their mother to use a gift? Why did you spend money on something that you're not going to allow anyone to use? That would be very, very foolish to do. I would not waste money on something that I would not allow my children to use. Just saying. Then we get Robin telling us she told Janelle, or asked, told, whatever, to not move Cody's things out of her home. Don't move him out. Don't do it. And she did it anyway. And the contempt with which she says that really sunk into me. It's kind of, maybe it's because I don't like Robin that I hear it more, but it sounded very contemptuous. Like, how dare you? How dare you go against what I want for my family? Janelle says she hasn't tried to find a therapist, but neither has Cody. Christine said that Cody strings people along. He did it with Mary. He did it with her. And now he's trying to do it with Janelle. And she's so proud of Janelle for not falling for that trick. Janelle tells Christine she's happy and she knows that it's okay to grow. And if your partner doesn't come with you, they don't come with you. And she said she really can't find a reason to want Cody back. She's waiting for God to tell her what the best thing to do is. We're on to page 3. Robin pretended she doesn't know about Janelle and Cody and doesn't know about their fights, doesn't know about any of it, and then pretends to care about whether or not it gets resolved. The problem with that is, honey, you knew enough to call her and ask her not to move Cody out. Mary says the B&B is easier, and that's scary. And I understand, because we heard a couple episodes ago where Cody told all of his guy friends that it's so much easier to just go with a different wife if one of your wives is making you angry. And so it can be terrifying for Mary to think Cody's just going to be happy when she's gone. Once again, Robin tries to get Mary to stay. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. She's already made her choice. Mary says that Robin doesn't believe her, that this is only going to be, part-time in Parowan, part-time in Flagstaff, but Flagstaff is part-time. Let's be serious. Mary wants to run that clothing business. She wants to run that B&B. She wants to make that bag. And can we be mad at her? No. We love it. Mary does start crying at this point about being afraid of change and how it's scary, and then claims Robin is the only one who cares. And I don't know whether to feel super sad that Mary thinks that Robin is the only one who cares, or to feel angry that Robin is the only one who cares. Because that's not okay. In a family that large, someone should care. I wrote down, Mary has to tell Queen Wife she's going to stay for a 3rd time. Because for the 3rd time, Mary says, I have a house, I have an address, I'll sleep there, I'll this, da. It takes 3 times to explain this to Robin. Robin says in that really kind of crappy tone, well, I just want you around. That tone bothers me so stinking much because it doesn't feel real. It feels so disingenuous. And it irks me to my very core. And then Mary says that she's afraid of what Robin will think, which says to me, she's afraid of Queen Wife here. She's afraid of Robin. Because why does it matter what Robin thinks or feels? Why does she get to dictate your whole life? Robin talks about Mary's integrity and her loyalty, and that feels really, really gross. I mean, let's not harken back to the Fidelis necklace at all, because that's already a thing. But it feels really gross for Robin to talk about Mary's integrity. And once again, that could just be me not liking Robin and not liking the way she talks, but it sounds almost judgmental to me. It sounds kind of like she's saying, well, you have a lot of integrity, so you need to stay. I said, Robin tries to manipulate Mary by asking Mary if she's okay about what she's thinking about. Robin, she's not thinking about it. It's done. It's a done deal. She is doing it. She is downsizing. She is moving her stuff. She's not asking me for your permission. She is doing it. She already said she is doing it. I have no idea what this means, but she says she's leaving. So Mary says she's leaving, I suppose. And then Robin cries about how Mary needs to hold on with them. She doesn't. Let her go. Please stop emotionally manipulating, abusing Mary. This is so disgusting. I cannot take it. We have watched 18 seasons of people just not understanding the emotions of anyone around them and being told Robin's the empath. And it's so frustrating and upsetting. And I can't even explain to you how deeply upsetting this is to me. Mary's worried about what Cody thinks, and I think she shouldn't be, because frankly, I think the things he puts her through are emotional abuse. I really, truly believe that. And I know it's an opinion only, but I really, truly believe that what he is putting her through for the last 7 years is emotional abuse, and it's disgusting, and I hate every minute of it. I, honest to goodness, for the last, I'm not sure how many seasons, I have wanted to kind of gag seeing Cody interact with these women, because it's so, so awful. Mary says she doesn't care what Cody thinks, but she does care, and that's heartbreaking, because she shouldn't have to care what he thinks. Then we see Cody sitting on Coyote Pass drinking a bottle of water because we need an obligatory shot of Coyote Pass. No one cares. He already admitted last week that he's not moving on to it. He said he needed to house his children for 15 more years in the house he's in now, meaning he has no intentions of building on that land. He has been stringing people along and financially using them for years for a backyard, I guess. Cody admits that he's been ignoring Janelle, that he didn't call her, he doesn't want to call her, all of those things. Then he lies to our faces about what Janelle said. Janelle, not once in that conversation that we saw did Janelle say, I'm enjoying my time without you. She actually said, I miss you a lot, and I need to sort out my emotions for myself. So don't come here with that. Sorry, I'm not going to fall for it. He says he calls her regularly then, after he says he doesn't. He says he calls her regularly, and that's confusing. And then he says she certainly doesn't want to reconcile with Mary. No, she doesn't want to have a relationship with Robin. If you want to talk about certainly, that's the certainly. Sorry, bro. Then we get into this section where Mary reminds Robin to call her. If you want me here, you need to call me. Mary has to remind Robin that Mary exists. Essentially, she says Robin doesn't reach out. For the last 2 years, Robin hasn't reached out. I'm sorry. This is the one who says she's trying to fix the family and talk to everybody and convince everybody of whatever. She hasn't reached out regularly or really at all in the last 2 years. Tell me how that is someone who wants to fix the family. Sorry. I can't. And then Robin makes excuses that it's because the family blew up. But Robin, the family didn't blow up 2 years ago, so where were you the first year? Sorry, it's only been a year since Christine left. I'm not gonna fall for it. We cut back to Cody telling us that he doesn't have anything to offer to Janelle, except the only thing that Janelle was asking you to offer to her was yourself. Your time, your love, yourself. The same thing that any spouse would expect is that their spouse would offer themselves as something important to the relationship. And then Cody goes on to explain how angry he is that Janelle doesn't want to reconcile, while simultaneously explaining why it's okay that he's stringing Mary along and won't reconcile. The man cannot see irony. Someone get him a dictionary, not Alanis Morissette, because that is not irony, but somebody get him a dictionary, get him anything. He doesn't understand that what he is saying is the most ironic, moronic statement that oh, goodness gracious. Then we get back to Christine and Janelle, and Christine doesn't want the server to overhear them, and I'm sure it has something to do with the idea that she doesn't want what she and Janelle are saying getting out to the public too quickly. But it's really cute because she starts just blah, 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 about holidays, and then they're like, she's gone, okay, she's gone. And you can see Christine get down into the, give me all the tea, sis position, and it is so cute. Oh my gosh. They say they couldn't be in love with who Cody is now because he used to be very courageous and now he's more of a coward. And now we turn our notebook sideways because I was running out of room. Janelle reminds us she's not going to do patriarchy. Mary says that this is not the Cody she knows. And then Cody comes around to tell us, I'm not the only one who's changed. You're right. That's how marriage works. That's how relationships work. I have known my best friend in the whole world for 20 years. And is she the exact same person I met 20 years ago? No, she's grown, she's evolved, she's done things with her life that have made her a whole, well-rounded person. And do I still love her with all of my heart as my BFF? Absolutely, because you grow and change and evolve and you choose to do those things together. Cody doesn't want to do those things together. Mary says that she feels sorry for him, which I wouldn't. She said, oh, and then she says, I don't understand why he's so angry. Yeah, I don't either. And then she points out, he said he's glad. And I interpret that as that he said he's glad that the whole family blew up. That he's glad that people have left. Because he even said a couple weeks ago that he's felt some sort of relief every time a woman leaves him, which is gross. Oh, and then I said, oh crap, calls out Cody and Robin. Which is pretty funny because she kind of did. Robin keeps going on telling her tales about Cody, about, how sad he is, how this he is. Basically blames Janelle, Christine, and Mary for not doing anything in their relationships to show Cody that they love him, which is very silly. We watch Mary at every turn trying to be a loyal and loving wife. We've watched Christine try to do everything she possibly can to facilitate a relationship with Cody and his children. We've watched Janelle give her last penny to this man to do the things that he wanted to do. And it's gross. Once again, she says, I can't believe Christine did this. No, we're not going there. Mary even says, I don't think Christine told him all of our lives were hell. I don't. Yeah, she didn't. We get back to Janelle and Christine talking about Robin's victimhood, and then Robin comes and tells us, I won't let myself be a victim. Who did she steal that from? I'll give you 3 seconds to think about it, and you can comment down below if you come up with it. 3, 2, 1. You're right, Mary. When Mary said that she refused to be a victim during the catfishing, these sound almost exactly like her words. And yes, we've seen Robin say she's not a victim in Becoming Sister Wives. But I don't know, why didn't we bring back She-Ra? She-Ra would be a good side character. Bring back She-Ra. We'll deal with that. Janelle and Christine talk about the nanny situation. And how Robin always had a nanny. And that they kind of felt like that was kind of the line in the sand for Christine when she wouldn't let Christine watch her kids, because we all know that was Christine's role in the family. She was the one who watched the kids. She was the one who was the mom. She was the one who took care of everything, and then Robin wouldn't let her in. Christine even says, I'm not close to Robin, I'm just not close to Robin. In other words, I'm not purposefully shutting her out, I just don't want that close relationship. They talk about whether or not they're a good sister wife, and they determine that, yeah, it's entirely based on how you're treating Robin or how Robin perceives your relationship in their eyes. Cody comes and says, friendship in a marriage is not enough. Duh. I don't marry everyone I'm friends with. If I married everyone I'm friends with, I'd be a huge giant bigamist. Come on. Are you kidding? I have friends here on the street. I have friends back where I used to live. I have friends all over the place, and I'm not married to all of them. There is a deeper meaning to marriage. Cody, get it together. Janelle says that every time that Robin doesn't want to deal with a problem, she suddenly forgets. That's her typical MO. And Cody always, and I get the feeling this is yelled. I'm not saying I know for sure, but I get the feeling that this is yelled often. That Robin is the only loyal, only loving wife. That there's no communication that can be had about Robin because Robin is perfect and we're not allowed to talk about it. And we've heard Gwen say that whenever she attempts to talk to her dad about those issues, he does the same thing. Robin's perfect. We're not talking about this. And that if you come to her with even the slightest disagreement, Cody explodes and says that the other wives are abusive to Robin, which is really, really gross. Really, really, really gross, considering. Cody says he doesn't discuss Janelle and Robin's relationship with anyone, but I beg to differ, sir. You've just sat on a couch and have discussed it for the last several episodes, so just saying. Robin claims she didn't turn Cody against his wives and stop talking about me. And then we cut to her and Mary, where she completely craps all over Christine. Again, get her name out your mouth. Do we need to get Will Smith in here? Get her name out your mouth. I can't handle it anymore. She blames Christine for all of Cody's problems with Janelle and Mary. Not entirely certain how that made any sense. In fact, I listened to it and I didn't understand it. Fine, whatever. Mary doesn't believe her and has basically said that if that's what Cody's saying to Robin, it's not true. It's not. It's a cover. Like, let's pretend. Mary says she's not surprised about complaints. She had complaints about everybody. And Janelle said that by nature, you can be mean to your sister wife, even if you don't intend to be. Then Cody comes and says, Christine's a bad fit for polygamy. And maybe that's true. But I really think he means Christine's a bad fit for my family. And you're right. If you never cared about her, if you were never attracted to her that way, she was a bad fit for your family. And it was a bad decision on both of your part to make that happen. I'm just saying. And I will give Christine the pass with her naivete that at that time she really truly thought that this was the best thing. Especially considering she didn't know that Cody was going to tell the world he was never attracted to her. And that he never loved her. So I blame her slightly less than I blame Cody, but they should both take some fault in this. Janelle and Christine reaffirm that they are sister wives, and then Janelle says, when we remarry. And I was like, ooh! And then later says she's not interested in dating. Come on, girl. We know. We got you. Robin basically tells Mary that she can make the move if it's not permanent. Like, she keeps reiterating that you can't go, you can't leave me, as long as you have somewhere to stay. And I said she can eat my whole backside, because no, we're not doing this today. We're not going to force somebody to stay here. Cody says all of his wives had a chance for a relationship with him. Rude. Christine says Cody was aghast at all of her parties while he was busy helping Robin throw parties and being a host at Robin's house. And that made them feel like it was a monogamous couple with just other random people around. Janelle says she has to be careful because she needs to make a clean choice based not on Christine's perceptions, but she's going to laugh about this because frankly, yeah, I think at this point you can. I think it's acceptable to do that. Robin says she will translate for Mary, and much like St. George, gross. Stay out of it. Gross. I know Mary wants you to be there, but ew. Then Mary throws out that there's no question, Robin. He's done with me. And I'm like, yes, you say that with your whole chest, Mary. You do that. And then Robin's like, but he talks about you being on the property. Boo! What we heard him say was he talks about her paying for the property. Okay, so then, hold up. I think we're coming to the end of the notes here. Oh, and then she says, I want to give her enough rope. And I was like, enough rope to... I think you know where I'm going with that. I don't think I can say that on YouTube. But like, lady. No. And then Mary brings up the dual sides to Cody, where at one side he might be saying, oh, yeah, I want her out on the property. But the other side, he's telling the world he wants nothing to do with her. Telling the whole world he wants nothing to do with her. And that's painful and disgusting, and I hate it. Mary admits that it is only Janelle and Robin that are in those plural marriages. It's not. Janelle's out. They may not know it at this point, but Janelle is done. And Cody says, no, he's not reconciling with Mary. Once again, to the entire world, he tells us this. Janelle said she felt such relief letting go of Cody. And says that their fight was on or around December 16th. So if we're thinking about the fact that they had that fight on December 16th, that would have been shortly after Savannah's birthday, which means that he didn't contact her at Christmas and didn't contact her. And then he and Janelle spoke in mid-January. And up to that point, as far as we know, he still had not contacted Savannah. I don't know if he's done it yet. And it sounds like, from what we're hearing through other social media, he never did bring her Christmas, which hurts my heart and soul. Cody says 80 to 90% of separations end in divorce, but whatever. Yeah, that's probably true. And I think for those 80 to 90% of people, that might be a good thing. But the fact that you said, but whatever, makes me realize that you probably should be in that 80 to 90%. Christina's so happy for Janelle and is like clapping, giggling, smiling, all of these things. And then Robin comes in and she's like, I'm so angry that my life decisions are being made by other people. Because she talks about how much she wanted to live plural marriage. She never wanted to live monogamy. Robin, you cannot control people into staying in a marriage that is uncomfortable, that they don't want to be in, that they don't like. Sit all the way down and have several seats. And then she says, I feel tricked, which lends me to thinking, once again, I mentioned this in a short, that she is gearing up to try and leave Cody on some sort of fraud thing where he tricked her into a marriage and blah, 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 blah. Girl, bye. You picked this. We have watched 18 seasons of you picking this. Girl, bye. All right? And then we get to the preview for next week. And oh my God. Oh my God. Cody flat out says that he feels nothing when Mary said she's going to move her business to Parowan. The audacity of this ramen-haired, curly loser to say such rude things on national television. And I know I'm not being very kind and polite. I should be more gracious and kind. But you know what? I can't. That is so beyond the pale for me. For a man to say that about a woman he was married to, that he has strung along. I'm not doing that. No. And then we cut to him having a birthday date with Janelle, and we know her birthday is the beginning of May. And he's like, it's like a first date. It's like, are we going to kiss at the end of this? And it's like, no, ew, ew, ew. All of the ew for St. George multiplied by 9 trillion. Ew. No. No. Do not look at my queen that way. No, do not stand that. And so that is my thoughts and feelings about Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 7. I know it was a really long video. I didn't mean to make it this long. And I tried to get everything condensed in there. And it's a little jumbled. I'm not going to lie. I may come back and do a video on specific points. I actually would like to break this down into 3 specific points of talking about the Mary and Robin conversation, the Jill and Christine conversation, and discussing a little bit about specifically what Cody said. So if you like that, feel free to subscribe. Come on back. I'll be here talking about Sister Wives all week. I'll be doing some shorts. I'll be doing some more videos. And I cannot wait to hear everything that you guys think about this episode. So besties, leave your best reviews in the comments because I want to hear all about it. I want to hear about your thoughts. I am so excited, and I will see you back soon. Toodaloo!